the spate of insecurity in Nigeria, a pan-Yoruba socio-cultural and political organization, Afenifere, has called on President Bola Tinubu to issue a presidential order proclaiming multi-level police as part of measures to curb the situation. The group added that modern security technologies must also be acquired and deployed to various parts of the country without further delay. Afenifere, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, that's Jare Ajayi, said the call became imperative following the terror acts unleashed on Plateau, Benue, Kogi, Borno, Sokoto, Niger, Ondo, Katsina, River states lately. It said the need to tame the monster was compelling as unchecked terrorism in any part of the country was putting pressure on other parts of the country hitherto considered as safe. Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale now joins us to share his perspective on Afenifere's appeal to President Tinubu to curb insecurity in the country. Good afternoon, warm welcome to Newsday as always.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Now, this is a tone that we have shared several times on this platform, which is a call for policing of a different nature. But I would love to hear from you a position that you've stated firmly several times over. What is your take on this call from Afenifere?
Well, what Afenifere is calling for is for state policing. State policing. And then with technological support. It is a step in the right direction. I hope the government listens. You see, this is almost like unlike Afenifere, because Afenifere has suffered constructive criticism this time around. It's offering suggestions. It's not asking the government to resign or get lost if it doesn't do what it needs to do, which is a welcome development. The country belongs to all of us, and we have to build it together. But what they have said about state police in the past, when people have asked for this sort of thing, they will be accused of trying to create a confederation. But you see, a confederation is the antithesis of a federation. You see, in the confederation, you have weak center and strong states. But what we have now in the federation is a very strong center and weak states. Whereas if you have a true federation, some of the states should be able to stand on their own and even contribute to the center for funds. Like in Germany, we had federal Germany, Western Germany. Hamburg was a city-state. It has oil, it has so many things. It was not taking money from the center, it was contributing. But we have not gotten up to that stage. But what Afenifere has said, in addition to the state policing, is that it has done its research. It has seen that, especially in the north, the areas where you have bandits, kidnapping and all that are areas where you have minerals, which are being mined illegally. And that the government should do something about that. Luckily, we have a Minister of Solid Minerals, that's Dele Alake. You should be listening to what they are saying, and they should be ready to take action. But let's look at the technology side. I read somewhere in China, they say China is a police state, one-party state, but there is law and order, and people are better off economically. I'm not saying we should become a one-party state, or we should go communist. I'll give you two illustrations that I read. The police in China, when they use sunglasses, some of these sunglasses are digitalized so that they can see through your clothing, right up to what is in your pocket. Can you beat that? Nobody will allow that in a free society in Western Europe or even our own. So they say it's intrusion into privacy, but they don't give a damn. Once they know what's in your pocket, they know, they arrest you. And another one, it may sound theatrical, but I will tell you, that there are billboards, technological billboards, that when somebody is pickpocketing, they will see that person, and the direction in which he's walking, the billboard will be showing him doing it. So everybody will know it is you.
I love it.
It's a great deterrence. You see, that's the sort of thing we should aim at. But what we have to do right now is to amend our policing. What we have on the ground is not up to date, and people are getting killed. The former Speaker of the House mocked the system when he said they've been killing people, but the man in charge of security is the commander-in-chief. He should not become monarch-in-chief. You know, that's a very hard lesson to teach. And Uganda even went further to use an American expression to fight terrorism. that those people killing us, the government should fight them and either bring them to justice or bring justice to them. That was the slogan George Bush used at the outbreak of the 9/11 when we went to the house to get powers to fight terrorism. I think we have reached that stage too. We have reached that stage. We should mobilize our police. Not necessarily like what Afenifere has said, but the issue is clear that the central policing we are doing is not maintaining law and order. Instead, it is turning our cities, our country lands into killing fields. So something needs to be done. Let's leave it at that for now.
I definitely appreciate how you've expanded this, saying that, of course, the likes of Minister Dayo should be paying attention based on the insight of this. But that now, it highlights that the level of collaboration we might need to see goes beyond what was proposed in the past. So I'm just wondering, now that you factored in that this is happening in areas where mining takes place and there's need for the amendment.
So Afenifere's observation.
Yes.
Not mine.
Well, okay. No problem. But now that you're talking about amendment of policies, the observation by Afenifere regarding these areas where mining is taking place, how wide does this collaboration span?
Yeah, I will look at the issue of collaboration, but I have my own idea too. You see, we need a sort of policing that is not what is on the ground now. What you have on the ground now, they search and carry, litigation-bound, legalistic sort of policing. What we need is proactive policing, similar to what Afenifere said. You see, we know where people live. We have demographic data. We know how people move in this place, in this Nigeria, various localities. We know the season when they move. We know where they are headed to. We should use our demographic statistics more to do policing. So you know the sort of activities that take place in certain areas. You know the sort of people that are there. You know how to mobilize and deploy your forces to go and look at them. The one we do now, aside from the kidnapping and the arson and all the other things going on in the north, you see, in the cities, especially Lagos, let's use Lagos as an example. I pity traders who are flying the route. Because after workers go to work between 7 and 8, 9, those workers want to move to their various places, market as well, between 9 and 10. You see the number of police people on the road, the number of VIO officers checking for vehicles. It's like a police state. And it is not on. Such things drive the electorate against those who put them in power. They even go to the extent of stopping road workers. I mean, people who are walking on the road, Okada people, young people carrying laptops and so on, they will search them. And some of these police people are in mufti. Yeah. Look, that has to be discouraged. That has to be dismissed as a form of policing. How they do it does not matter. The state police commands know that this happens. These things are happening. The governors know these things are happening. They should act on them. Government should do things that are people-oriented. Like I read today in Ibadan. They said for transportation, you don't pay more than between 100 naira to 200 naira anywhere. That because it is subsidized through palliative something. The government has about 300-400 buses. That even if you are moving within Ibadan, you can't pay more than 200. If you are going outside, you can't pay more than 200. You get me? Those are the sort of measures government should put in place. Lagos especially should dissuade people who are stopping people walking on the road, pedestrians who are searching Okada, people on Okada, trying to go to their shopping, and traders and merchants going to work early in the morning or midday, and they are, they are bombarded by VIOs, LASMA, and all these people. There is over-policing in the urban cities in this country, over-policing, but it is not yielding the proper result. The crime rate is not abating, so it means it is a wrong strategy. So there is need for a reorientation. Just like Afenifere, he didn't say state police, he said multi-level, it is a camouflage. That is what it is saying. And I think it's high time to know, the president himself looked into the issue of policing. If the center cannot sustain security nationally, then there should be devolvement of powers to the states, to the local governments, if possible, and they should be monitored. Because, you see, now it should be becoming apparent to us that our system is the human factor in execution of policies that is our problem. You see the news stories about, I don't want to discuss that now, humanitarian affairs and all that. The same thing, policing. We have a structure on the ground, handed over by the colonial powers, expanded by the military, improved on, but the personnel manning them make a mockery of transparency, integrity, and accountability. So that is our problem. So let the police heads, the Inspector General of Police, the DSS, those in charge of security, push heads together, delegate responsibility, not delegate responsibility and abandon it, delegate and monitor, so that people are able to secure Nigerians and they don't get killed by bandits and kidnappers, as is the case now.
Delegate and monitor. Thank you so much on that. And we'd like to appreciate you as always, Arise News analyst, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. Thank you for joining us on Newsday. Thank you.